This episode is brought to you by Spas and More.
I just believe in the power of healing and restoration. And I know that if we can just come together and speak about the hard things, we can finally begin to heal. So, this is where we heal.
Welcome to another episode of This Is Where We Heal. Today I'm going to do a question and answer segment, which I haven't done in a while. I'm excited to do this for you guys. You really loved the last one, so we're going to do it again today. Today we're going to be talking about the most common questions that I get about breakups and healing afterwards. I've compiled a list of those, and I'm going to just literally go one by one and answer the questions and give you my perspective from the things that I've learned from myself, the things I've learned from other people, and just life itself. So here we go. So the first question I have is, how do I stop seeking closure if they didn't give it to me? Oh man, this one almost makes me teary because this is such a common thing for people. There's this misconception that you can't move on with your life unless you have closure from a relationship. And the idea of closure is, it's really a beautiful thing. It's the idea that you understand exactly why things happened. It's the idea that both people were able to give something of themselves to the other that signals, it's okay for us to both move on, right? Closure is literally like being able to close out something in a peaceful way and having the ability to continue moving forward. But here's the key. Closure is something we create. It is not something we are given. And when breakups happen, it is heartbreaking. When you have spent a significant amount of time loving someone, shaping your life around them, seeing a future with them, planning a future with them, there is no way to come out of that without pain. Pain is a part of the process, and it's a part of the healing process, and you can't avoid it. I don't believe in the idea that we get closure from relationships. I believe we create the closure for ourselves by believing that the relationship we had meant something to us. Whether it ended well or it ended badly, it meant something for us. And it taught us something that we needed to learn to move forward to the next stage of our life or into the next relationship that will ultimately be better for us if we are choosing well for ourselves. I believe that closure is the ability to say, despite how this ended, despite how it feels, I know that I have the ability to keep going. I know that there is better coming for me. I know that I will be better and become better because of this. So, how do you move forward without closure? You create it. You create it. Closure is for you to create, not for you to find, not for you to seek, not for you to receive. Closure is an inside job. It is an inside job. So you can have closure with every breakup as long as you know that. Next question I have is, how do I heal if I still love them? And oof, that's a good one too. Here's the thing that I hope you'll understand because this is really important. There is no such thing as just shutting off the lights of love. Love is love. It's the one thing that transcends time and space and everything we know about life, right? So in your healing, you're still going to love parts of that person. There's still stories in your mind that were created, memories that were created that you will still love and attach yourself to. And that's okay. You don't heal outside of love. You don't heal in spite of love. You heal because you made the choice to move forward with your life. Because you've made the choice that I love deeply here. And that love for this person, the story is ended, but that love still exists, and that's okay. And that will become a part of the healing. That will become a part of who you become. And it doesn't just shut off. So yeah, you can heal even if you still love them. You can move forward even if you still love them. You can find another relationship and love someone new. That love will never just dissipate. It will fade over time and transform into a different kind of love. But yeah, you heal in spite of love. You heal with that love still intact because you know that it mattered to you. Okay, this question, I've experienced this so many times. I don't think anyone in life who's ever been through heartbreak of any kind hasn't gone through this and felt some sort of way. The question is, why does the pain come in waves even when I think I'm finally okay? Oh, man. This one is so relatable because it is the truth about healing and just in general, and grief for that matter. We have this belief system that grief comes in 5 different stages, right? That we're just going to work our way through each stage of the grief. And then we're just going to move on and we'll be good and we'll never think about it again and life will be great. And that's just not how grief and healing works. Grief comes in waves. You can go from one stage of grief and skip over another and go backwards and circle. Healing is literally, it's a roller coaster ride. Those waves that come to you are literally just the layers of the grief that you have suppressed along the way, finally surfacing back up. And you don't get to decide when they come to you. And all you can really do is continue to be deliberate about your healing. Continue to be mindful of the grace that you need to give yourself as they come back up. I can't tell you how many times I was moving through a heartbreak and I thought, okay, I'm good. I'm healed. I'm done with it. It's over. Oh my gosh, I finally moved on. And then out of nowhere, weeks, months later, a wave of the grief from that exact same situation just hit me like a ton of bricks. Because our memories stay with us. The things and the love that we felt for a person, they don't just dissipate and disappear forever. And heartbreak, there are layers to it that we can't even comprehend. And our body stores it all. Our mind stores it all. We are human. We're human. And being a human means that we don't get to decide how things are processed within us. All that we can decide is that we will be gracious with ourselves along the way, that we will love ourselves along the way, that we will let the healing unfold as it's meant to, and believe that God still has beautiful things in store for us. And that when the grief comes, we can sit with it. We can feel it. We can process it. We can acknowledge it. We can let it take up space in that moment and truly, truly feel grateful that we ever loved at all. Feel grateful for the depth of what this grief is bringing back up to the surface. I think grief is a beautiful thing in a weird way because it means we cared so deeply. It means that love was real. It means that something meant a lot to us, and that's beautiful. What is the quote? I believe it is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. When you're in the midst of grief, it doesn't feel that way. When you're in the midst of grief, you will go through stages where you're like, I would have rather never loved at all. I would have rather never felt this at all. This is so painful. I hate that person. I hate what they did to me. But when you begin to heal and come out of that and you begin to release and feel, sit with the grief and let it come and acknowledge it, you finally reach a stage where you go, I'm so grateful that I had the capacity to love that deeply, that I had the capability to feel so deeply that the memories and the feelings and the things that I felt for this person were stored in layers that are still evolving and still processing and still unfolding for me. So yeah, that's what I believe. I believe that that is the nature of grief. It comes in waves. Can't change it, and you don't have to. You just have to let it exist when it comes. Oh, this is a really good. I keep saying this. All these questions are so good, but they're truly just so relatable. This one is, how do I stop replaying everything in my head and wondering, what if? Ugh. These questions are making me want to cry because they're so real and so relatable. But I think there is a natural stage when it comes to moving on from heartbreak where you replay everything in your mind, especially when something didn't end well, because you're asking yourself, why did this happen? Your brain is literally trying to process everything that happened. And here's why, because it wants to protect you from that ever happening again. So that is your brain literally trying to learn and adapt to the pain that you have endured to keep you from ever having to do it again. It's a natural thing. Everyone goes through this. No one is immune from the replaying of the memories and the things that happened after a heartbreak. But there is something that can counteract that I think is really important to hold on to and grasp and dive into that has worked for me so well. And I'm so grateful I learned this. It was holding on to the belief that I can't change anything that happened and that everything that happened was meant to happen the way it did, even if it led to my heartache right now. There were things that had to happen in that to shape me into the person I'm becoming, to shape me into the woman I want to be for the right man, to shape me into how I can perceive my life and myself and my growth and my evolution to the world. Because you can't change it. You can't change it, but you can believe that in spite of what happened, you have the ability to change and grow and learn from it. So I always hold on to that. I always hold on to the belief of I can't change what happened, but I can learn from it in this moment. And that helps me stop replaying every tiny detail about what I did wrong and what I should have done this at that one point, or if I had done this, would it have worked out, or if I had said this, or all of those things, they don't serve you at all. And you can't go back. Time doesn't work that way. But you can move forward by going, okay, what's happened has happened, and now it's time for me to learn. Who could I have been? Who could I be now to prevent that? Who could I be in the future to be a better partner? Who could I be in the future to not stay in a bad relationship that's hurting me? It's all about the perspective of growth versus what happened. Don't harbor on what you can't change. Focus on who you can become despite what happened. Let's take a quick break for me to tell you about Simply Wurth It, a clinic of trusted nurse practitioners who are focused on personal weight management, optimizing your health, and working with what your body needs to build confidence through safe and effective medical solutions. Simply Wurth It is different than all the rest because they only hire nurse practitioners, not just medical assistants or nurses. With these skilled practitioners, they are able to provide a safer, more specialized service to get you to your specific goals. They have 3 locations that are going to serve you in Wentzville, St. Peters, and South County. Visit simplyworthit.com. That's Simply Worth It, WURTH it.com to set up your new patient consultation today. So here's a good one. What does healthy emotional detachment look like? This one I've really learned the last year in particular. I've always been the type of person that when I meet someone and I click with them and I love them, I dive in. I want to nurture, I want to support, I want to encourage, I want to show up in your darkness, I want to help you heal, I want to push you forward, I want to encourage you, I want to be your ride or die. And it's a beautiful thing. I am supposed to be that way. That is who I am. But I've also learned now, the hard way, of course, those are things reserved for a person who has truly chosen you, for a person who has earned those parts of you. They shouldn't be given freely. So what does that have to do with detachment? I have also learned in this season of that detachment isn't this cold cutoff of I'll never speak to this person again. I'll never think about this person again. They'll never have a place in my life again. And you're not slamming a door shut. You're accepting deeply that this has ended. You healthily, is that even a word? You detach in a healthy way by accepting what's happened, by accepting the end, by accepting that it's over, and by believing within you, it truly is time for me to move forward with my life. And that's okay. I can still love this person. I can still love who they were. I can still love the good parts of them. I can still love the good parts of our relationship. And I can still let them go. Because no one is ours to keep if they don't want to be kept. And when someone is moved out of our life, there's a reason for that. You detach by fully embodying the fact that every person we meet provides an opportunity to become, to evolve, to grow. And not everyone is meant to be kept. Not everyone is meant to stay in our life. I detach by forgiveness. For me, I have learned to truly fully forgive and to accept and to embrace the path in front of me rather than staying super focused on what was. As I said in the previous question, you can't change anything that's already happened. All you can do is grow from where you are. That is healthy detachment. Saying, I release you. I let you go because I know now that my story has to continue without you, and that's okay. So, how do I heal without becoming bitter or jaded? Well, you might be bitter and jaded for a while, and that's okay. It's not about avoiding certain feelings, avoiding certain phases of your grief. In grief, there are so many different things that will come up: anger, sadness, numbness, avoidance. There are so many parts of grief and healing that you cannot avoid if you truly want to heal. So you might have moments where you feel bitter and jaded. That's a sign that you're not ready to move forward. And that's okay. A sign to move forward in a new relationship. But for me, as I said in the previous question, healing is forgiving. It's taking the bigger picture. And again, I keep coming back to this, but it's coming back to what did I learn though? What did I learn though? And for me, I stopped becoming bitter and jaded by the heartbreak of the world when I took ownership for my own choices, when I took ownership for the things that I did too. And it doesn't mean that I deserved any of the heartbreaks or the things that people did to me. But what it does mean is that there was a part of me that allowed those things to happen. I was never held at gunpoint and forced to stay in a toxic relationship. I was never forced to care about someone that showed me in a million ways they didn't care about me. I made those choices myself. I allowed those people to take up space in my life that they hadn't earned or deserved. And that was for me to sit with. That was for me to process. That was for me to learn from and grow from. And so, how can I be bitter and jaded if I know that I'm accountable for my choices too? It really truly is about growing. And I heard this one time that before we're born, we stand beside God and we write out our entire life story. With God, we sit and we decipher, this is what I'll go through because I know I need to learn this. This is what will happen because I know I need to learn this, and we agree to it. We are in agreement with God. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I thought it was a beautiful philosophy because it's a reminder that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for us. The Bible even says that God is turning all things for our good, even when it seems hard. That's not the exact scripture, and I do believe that. I believe that even in pain, even in heartache, even in struggle, even in challenges, even in trials, even in tests, there are so many things unfolding that are meant to happen that are helping me. They're actually pushing me forward. They are who I'm meant to be. And there are some things we cannot become who we're meant to be without the challenges of life. So don't hold on to the bitterness and the jadedness. You're allowed to be bitter for a while. If you need to feel bitter, that's okay. That's your body trying to protect you. But realize that you have so much more control than you think. And life isn't just happening to us. We are also making choices and writing the story that is unfolding too. And this is a final question, and this one's really good too. How do I surrender the outcome when my hope is that they will still return? Whew. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten this question. I have gotten this question so many times. I have talked to so many people that are still attached to a person that left weeks, months, years ago. I see people literally almost every single day. There are people writing on my post that I still love them. It's been 3 years. I still love them. It's been 5 years. I still hope they'll come back. It's been 6 years. I still can't let it go. It's been 10 years. And this is the only time that I would tell someone not to hold on to that hope. This is the only time, because hope is a powerful weapon and I believe in it fully in so many ways. But this is the only time that I would tell someone you have to let it go. There is no way to move forward and heal from a relationship if you do not accept that it's over. You have to accept this relationship is over. And even if by some miracle, God is planning to bring this person back into your life eventually later down the road, in this moment, you still have to accept it's over. My life continues now without them. If it's meant to be one day, it'll be, but you let go of that hope. You do not filter anything around that. Every decision you make from this point forward is life without them. And I know it hurts. I know it's hard. I know it's painful because losing someone in a breakup, it's just as painful as a death in many ways because it is a death. They may not be deceased. They may not have actually passed away, but they're gone from your life. They're missing now. But the only way for you to move forward, to truly let go, to find love again, to heal, to get to a place in your life where you can finally say, I wish them well, is to accept it now, here, and the hardest moment of it. This is over, and that's okay. And it hurts, and that's okay. And I'm sad, and that's okay. And I'm angry, and that's okay. And I'm going to feel all the things that I feel, and that's okay. But it's over. And their story is now their story, and my story is now my story, and they are separate stories now, and that's okay too. The sooner you accept it in your mind, the sooner you will begin to heal and rebuild your own life and get to a place where you are no longer waiting, where you are no longer hoping, where you are no longer planning your life around the false belief that maybe they'll come back, because you don't get to decide what God does. If God removes someone from your life, there's a reason. And if they are meant to be in your life, He will bring them back on His time, not yours, on His time. But what you do in that time is more important than whether or not they ever come back. You accept that it's over, you let go, and you start living your life for you. It is the only way, the only way. So before I close, I do want to say, just a few things, just some encouragement for you if you're going through it right now. Because man, have I been there. Man, have so many people been there. Man, there's so many people there with you right now. But it's not for nothing. It's not for nothing. Breakups are so hard. They're so heartbreaking. It is so hard to sit with that grief. It truly is. You're not crazy. You're not weak. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken just because this hurts. This is life. This is the risk in love, and it is a risk to love. But there is so much beauty that comes from every relationship, whether it ends or it lasts forever. There's so much to be learned. It is truly the one thing in this life that can transform you. It can transform you. And I don't want you, no matter how much this hurts right now, I don't want you to stop believing in love. I don't want you to stop believing that it can happen for you. There is someone out there for you. But right now, the most important person in your life is you. It is you. You are the one. Your life in front of you is the life that is worth reflecting on, is worth focusing on. Your life did not begin with another person, and it will not end without them. You had a life before them, you will have a life after them. So don't give up on love. There is love in a million different ways. It is all around you. It is not just romantic love. We live in a culture that we literally idolize romantic love. And I believe in it. I love love. I'm such a lover girl. I'm such a romantic. But God shows us love in so many ways. It is all around us all the time. It is in the smile from the barista when you go and get a coffee. It is in a stranger opening your door in front of you. It is in your children laughing and playing and saying, I love you, mommy, or I love you, daddy. Love is everywhere. It is in your friendships, the friend that shows up for you when you're sad. It is in the family member you haven't talked to and they call you just to check on you. Love is everywhere, all around us, all the time. And the more we see it and the more we recognize it and the more we allow ourselves to feel it, the more we give it. the more it shines through us, the more it infiltrates the world around us. And the more you love everything around you and everything you see, the more the world changes. Love does truly start within. And it starts within by knowing that it exists and it is there, and that you don't have to just find it in one way. God is love. He created you with love. He created you with purpose. And your life is so much more than just a relationship. He has a purpose for your life, for you, specifically for you, that extends beyond. And one day, God willing, He may bring someone who is in alignment with your call, with your purpose, that makes sense for who you are, that can love you in that way too. But don't forget to love yourself in the process. Don't forget to keep showing up for yourself until then. Don't forget to live the life you've always dreamed of until that day happens, because that is the beginning of it all. That is where it's truly about. I am so grateful to each and every one of you who continually show up to watch us. That is a form of love as well. But if you like this episode and it touched you and you want to share it with somebody, I'd really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Everything you do helps this podcast keep going, and it helps it grow. That is this episode of This Is Where We Heal. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope it was beneficial for you, and I hope it encouraged you. Don't stop believing in love. It's all around you, all the time. And you will heal, and you will grow, and you will evolve, and it's worth it.